Roseburg lost. Oh, they played them on the first time. Amanda will show, and Trisha will show.
I think Hannah was coming, according it looked like she was doing, according to her. Yeah, it started some soon when she was on the way. This morning. It was this morning really early. And I saw it on my phone. She did, yeah. She dropped him off and then left. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wish I should have, because we could have called them. There, and she could take him home. We could have gone down here. That's so nice. We did. She usually reaches out, and so I assumed I thought honestly she was on our nutrition app or something, Sorry,
Hello and good morning once again, everybody. Welcome to Sweet Johnson Stadium at Gary Selby Field on the campus of North Eugene High School. As today, your Roseburg Dr. Stewart's will continue play in the Papa's Pizza tournament here in Eugene. The Doc Stewarts will take on Rose City Baseball in the first of two semifinal matchups in the tournament, with the winners of these next two games moving on to face each other for the Papa's Pizza Tournament Championship. Doc Stewarts are 4-1 in tournament play, coming off of a loss yesterday 4-3 against the Mudville 9. On the other side, Rose City Baseball comes in 4-1 in the tourney, winning 9-8 over the Boys of Summer yesterday. Should have a good one on our hands here as we kick off the semifinal action from the Papa's Pizza Tournament today here on The Score. Hello, everybody. Joey Keyran with you on another cloudy morning in Eugene as we get ready to go. Doc Stewarts have been in this 11 o'clock hour every game of this tournament. It's been nice to have the consistency. It's been interesting to see that the weather has been consistent as well. We get cloudy skies to start out every game and then start to see the blue skies poking through as the day wears on. The Docs are hoping this will be the first of two games today as they look to try and finally break through and win a tournament championship for a third time this season. The Doc Stewarts are playing on the final day of a tournament with a chance to win it all. They'll have to win two games to do it, though, here today, and we'll see if they've got it in them after a tough loss yesterday where things just didn't quite come together. And we talk about that more with our pregame interview coming up here in just a little bit. Joining me today will be Jordan White as we continue our player interviews. We had to skip over Eli Jacobs, not with the team today as he deals with that foot injury. So no Eli Jacobs today. That's where we were at numerically on the roster. We'll make that up with Eli later on in the season. But today we talk with Jordan White as we get a chance to get to learn a little bit more about the soon-to-be Roseburg High senior and find out what his hopes are for this summer with the Doc Stewarts. And we talk about yesterday's loss a little bit as well, a game where the Doc Stewarts kind of came out a little shaky and had a letdown game against the Mudville 9. That is what's coming up here on your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us here from the get-go. Roseburg Disposal, you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Want to remind everybody, if you've tuned in on the radio and you're catching today's game there, or you're listening online at 541radio.com, we want to remind you that we do have live video coverage streaming right now online at 541radio.com, or you can check out our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can find our page there and follow Doc Stewart's baseball throughout the summer. Video streaming of Doc's baseball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll catch up with Jordan White as we continue our player interviews today here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Doc Stewart's getting ready for Championship Sunday here in the Papa's Pizza Invitational as they get ready to take on the Rose City Baseball Club. But before we get to that, we get a chance to continue our player interviews here in Eugene. And today we get to catch up with Jordan White from Roseburg High School, a junior this last spring, getting ready for senior year coming up. Second season with the Docs this summer for you there, Jordan. Getting a chance to get back here and continue your development after the spring season with Roseburg, where we saw you get a chance to do a lot there with the Roseburg Indians. You know, this summer, what kind of the attitude for you going into it, getting a second chance to be playing here at the AAA level? What are some of the things you're hoping to work on, hoping to see kind of out of your own game this summer?
Kind of just keep my confidence up in the field, behind the plate, or not behind the plate, in the batter's box. Just try to develop more, more of my mental game, so I have better leadership for next year because all the seniors just left. So
Right.
Develop some leadership. Just stay mentally prepared, I guess.
You mentioned that fact that, it was a big senior class this year at Roseburg High School, and those guys, we saw them play a lot of different sports, and it was a lot of fun to watch those guys. But now it's class of 2023's turn, and you guys are going to be coming up next. Following that, I don't know, you feel some pressure on your shoulders, just kind of follow up kind of what that group before you built and be able to make your own footprint and kind of leave your own mark on the school then? Yeah,
try to just take it from the seniors, kind of almost be in their footsteps, help the younger ones, because I was a younger one for the last 2 years, so just try to keep that. Keep it going.
Keep it going, for sure. Played baseball at Roseburg High School this last year. Did you do, I'm trying to remember, I don't think I remember other sports for you.
No, I didn't play football. My knee's kind of been messed up, so I kind of took a year off, did some physical therapy with that.
Okay, I was thinking, I was like, I don't remember his name.
I played sophomore year.
Okay.
And then knee's been busted up, so I took a year off. I'm going to play this year, though.
You're going to play this year.
Yeah.
What positions do you play?
Linebacker.
Okay.
Running back, slot.
Gotcha.
Kinda just...
I know summer is really busy, but maybe when you get a couple moments, I know they do summer workouts and stuff. Have you been hanging out with football at all this summer?
A little bit. We had a week of padded practices with the boys, so I went there. It was fun.
Nice.
Good to get in pads again.
Yeah, for sure. I bet after a year off. And how was that? Having to take a fall off of not playing.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I kind of just was like, I would go to physical therapy, and then I went to work, and then I would just be like, There's like it was weird not playing a
Something's
sport.
missing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And Friday nights probably had to be a little weird. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out there. That's awesome. I was trying to think, and I don't always get to catch the guys coming up from the JV and knowing who all is going to be in that group. So I wasn't sure if you had maybe been a part of that. So it'll be exciting to see you out there on the football field. But looking forward to what's coming up the rest of this summer. I like to just kind of check in with everybody, and find out how do you feel like the season's going. Obviously, you guys have been showing signs of success. Haven't been able to get over the hump, and maybe today's the day, but haven't been able to get over that hump to win a tournament championship. But looking at how this season's been progressing so far, how do you feel like things are going for the Docs?
I think we're doing good. I think what we need to do is stay on top. I feel like every other couple games we keep going down, but if we were just to stay on top of our good game that we can continue to play, I think we'll be successful.
Was that maybe kind of what we saw yesterday against that
exactly.
club?
Like we were up all week and then decided not to play our best. I don't know what it is, but I think it's just big part mentally. You just got to stay focused for all 7 innings.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a grind out there, right? I mean, this is way different than high school baseball, and for all of you guys to kind of flip that switch to be going practically every day, it's a big switch, and it's a big grind, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
tough on the body, but it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
It's a lot of fun, though, right? Yeah. Getting a chance to hang out and play with these guys, what's your background? Have you played with a lot of these guys for a long time? I know, obviously, the big group from Roseburg, but you played with a lot of these guys before? Or?
So I lived in California until I was like 11. So all these guys are kind of new, but the Roseburg guys I know pretty well. But everyone else is like, I saw them a little bit last year, but they're cool, yeah.
The experience you got to be able to play with Docs last year, how did that kind of help prepare you for what was going to be going on this year?
Just to see how the coaching goes and how basically you just held to a high standard. You got to play.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. And I had somebody say yesterday that the Docs are one of the more disciplined teams they see out there, and or what Coach Jeremiah Robbins and his staff does.
Yeah, it's. I think it's important.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I think it's important to have discipline on a team because that's what makes a team in the end.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I see some of these other clubs and the guy strikes out and sulks back to the dugout. I don't think I've seen that once out of a Docs player this year. No. You guys, no matter the result, they're sprinting back to the dugout to get let the next guy get up there. Yeah. Stepping away from being out on the field and being out in competition with sports, I like to find out is there big hobbies, any big interests away from sports or anything like that you like to do?
I like just being on a ranch, kind of just outside fishing, swimming.
Yeah.
I like being on the boat, just on the water pretty much.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Nice. You mentioned you grew up in California before you moved up this direction. Were you out kind of on space, or did you come from city life down there? Or?
Me and my parents lived in Sacramento in town, but my grandpa has a 20-acre ranch like an hour away, so I kind of grew up on the ranch.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys moved up here and got a little bit of space then out this direction?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's cool. That's awesome to hear that that move turned out to be, a nice thing there for you to be able to get a little space to roam out in this area. Well, it's been awesome to get a chance to know you. One last thing for you here as we talk with Jordan White, going into senior year. What's one of the things that you're looking forward to the most being senior at Roseburg High School next year?
Kind of just the leadership part. Hopefully I can be a leader. I'm just excited to... I don't know. I'm just excited to get the season started.
Yeah. Excited to see what senior year has in store, right?
Yep.
All right. Jordan, thanks so much for the time. It's great to have a chance to get to know you a little bit more. Best of luck the rest of this summer, and look forward to seeing you senior year at Roseburg High.
Thanks, Joey.
All right. That's Jordan White joining us here in the pregame show. We'll come back with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups as we get ready for a semifinal matchup. Doc Stewart's and Rose City Baseball Club getting ready to square off here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Number 19, Justin Jenks.
Welcome you back here to Sweet Johnson Stadium, where the Doc Stewarts will take on the Rose City Baseball Club. We take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for Rose City Baseball. Andrew Wong, the third baseman, leads things off, followed by Case Naone, the center fielder. Ben Christensen, the pitcher, will bat third, and Alex Nisbet, the catcher, will bat in the cleanup position. We'll take a look at the rest after the first pitch. It is a ground ball to first baseman Evan Corbin, flipped to first base, where today's starting pitcher is there to make the play. That is Austin Takahashi, who will get a chance to make his return to the field for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. One out as Case Naone will bat, the center fielder, as we get things started here in a matchup between your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and the Rose City Baseball Club. The final day of action here in the Papa's Pizza Tournament. First pitch swinging for Naone is flied out of play behind home for strike one. So Austin Takahashi makes his return. He has been out with a groin injury for about 2 weeks almost. And he'll make his return and makes his first start for the Docs on the mound this season. Had not pitched in his games previously and makes his first start here today. Misses outside for a 1-1 count to Case Naone. Ground ball left side will get into left field for a base knock. Naone will get on base with one away in the top of the first inning. Running through the rest of your lineup for this Rose City club. Ben Christensen will bat here. We mentioned Alex Nesbitt, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Torrance DeVore, the left fielder, batting fifth. Drake Gable, the right fielder, batting sixth. Jackson Curdy is the seven hitter. He's the starting second baseman. The shortstop, Anthony Ziza, will bat eighth, and Gio Alviar will bat in the 9 position. Rounding out your starting 9 for the Rose City Baseball Club. A 1-1 count for Ben Christensen, the pitcher, at the plate with 1 out and 1 on. Takahashi gets a foul ball right side for strike 2. That's your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Rose City Baseball Club. When you're looking for your best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control at 673-0363. A pitch high for a 2-2 count for Christensen. Out at first base is Naone after his single, a foul ball third base side. Stays at a 2-2 count here for the 3-hitter. Austin Takahashi, the right-hander from Roseburg High School, on the mound. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, strike 3. Christensen goes down looking. That's a strikeout for Takahashi, and that is your first One Peak Medical strikeout for the Docs pitchers today. One Peak Medical, they're accepting new patients. If you've been waiting months to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book an appointment today. 2 away, Alex Nisbet will bat. The cleanup hitter takes outside for ball 1. Austin Takahashi was voted the co-pitcher of the year in the Southwest Conference after his junior season with Roseburg High School. Fires in a breaking ball for strike 1. Was voted second team All-State this year. The 1-1 pitch outside, bounces away from Knox Hubbard, comes up, no, will not throw. Down to second base is Case Naon will get in safely. On the wild pitch, 2 balls and a strike with the runner at second base. High on the 2-1 offering from Takahashi, 3-1 count. Talk during the spring with Roseburg High School, 54 in a third innings pitch, a 7-2 record, a 2.45 ERA. Swing and a miss on the 3-1. Nisbet at the plate, thought he had an opportunity there to try and send one out and drive in a run. Swung and missed on the 3-2. He'll take ball 4 outside. So a walk with 2 outs for Takahashi. Puts runners at first and second with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Torrance DeVore will bat, the left fielder. Takahashi's first pitch to DeVore, off-speed breaking ball, called for a strike. Talk during the spring season, that 7-2 record, 2.45 ERA. He had 61 strikeouts to just 11 walks in those 54 innings. A pitch outside in the dirt, a 1-1 count. So we expected eventually we'd see Takahashi on the mound this summer for the Docs, finally getting a chance to do so. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, chasing the high heat there. DeVore will find himself behind a 1-2 count. 2 away, runners at first and second. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3 to retire DeVore and to finish out the top of the first inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The Doc Stewarts will be coming up to bat for Rose City in the top of the first inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on. After a half inning, it's scoreless on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Leading up the bottom of the first inning for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts.
Taking a look at the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Cade Johnson, the shortstop, Sebastian Watson, the second baseman, and Jace Johnson, the DH, will lead things off here in the bottom of the first in this scoreless ball game. Ben Christensen on the mound. First pitch, swing and a miss for Cade Johnson for strike 1. Evan Corbin, the first baseman, bats cleanup, followed by Dominic Totone in right field. Braxton Dill in left field will bat 6th. Then you've got the catcher, Knox Hubbard, batting 7th. As a strike taken, makes it an 0-2 count for Cade Johnson. The third baseman, Justin Jinks, will hit 8th, and Carson Dunn in center field is your 9-hitter for the Dr. Stewarts. High and away, a 1-2 count here for Cade Johnson as we start the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless ball game so far. Ben Christensen with the 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, 2-2 count. Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup there. Again, they are your best shot at providing some defense for your home this summer. As a ground ball left side, Cade Johnson has now hit safely in every game in this tournament. So I guess that gives him a 5-game hit streak at least going here today. He will get on safely to start things off. First hit of the ballgame for the Doc Stewarts is always brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure that you don't swing and miss with your next project. Head to MSK True Value and Building Supply in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. First pitch swinging for Sebastian Watson, a line drive, jumping, no, it goes off the glove in left field for DeVore. Johnson is heading for third. It rolled all the way to the wall. They're sending him to the plate. Kay Johnson heading home. The slide is in safely. Up to third goes Watson. He's in safely. Docs lead 1-0. Well, the Docs take the early lead. That ball well struck by Sebastian Watson. I was going to say initially, unfortunately, it went right to Torrance DeVore, but he misplayed it out in left field. He didn't get back far enough, and that ball off his glove, in and out of the glove out there, just could not squeeze it. That'll be an error to start things off there in left field for DeVore, and it ends up being a 3-bag error for Sebastian Watson, and it brings in the first run of the game for the Docs. 1-0 count for Jace Johnson. He'll fight one off opposite field. That will bring in another run for the Docs. It's a 2-0 ball game. Jace Johnson drives in a run on a ground out to second base. 1 away, 2 runs in. Evan Corbin will bat. First pitch inside corner, strike 1. Evan Corbin from Roseburg High School, playing at first base today. The 0-1 pitch, line drive. Corbin on top of that one, sends it into right field on the one hop. Drake Gable out there will make the play. Second hit of the ball game for the Docs. 1 on and 1 away. It'll bring up Dominic Tatone. Just real quick, go back there and say thanks again to Cooper's Pest Control, our starting lineup sponsor. When you're looking for that best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. Call them at 673-0363. The lefty Dominic Tatone will bat with 1 out and 1 on. He pops out the first pitch out of play for strike 1. Docs with 2 runs so far here in the bottom of the first. The winner of this game moving on to the championship game tonight at 4:30. The 0-1 pitch for Christensen is in for a strike. Tatone starts out 0-2. I'll run through the defensive lineup here for Rose City. The 0-2 pitch. That ball hit well out to right field on the run. That's going to land in safely. Gable will chase it to the wall. Tatone heading for second. Corbin just ahead of him will make his way all the way to third. And the Doc Stewarts, 3 hits so far in the first. A double for Dominic Tatone deep into the corner to right field. Time called as the Docs will look for Tatone to hand off his batting glove and the shin protector. Braxton Dill will bat with 2 on, 1 away. And Braxton will have an RBI opportunity here. Left fielder today for the Doc Stewarts. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Braxton starting in left field with Eli Jacobs out. The 0-1 pitch to him. Takes on the outside corner for strike 2. Dill had a bit of an adventure yesterday in left field. His first start in left field came yesterday. But he is still getting familiar with out there. Outside on the 0-2 pitch from Christensen. He was a catcher during the spring with Glide High School. Catcher last year during the summer with Legion Ball. And now relearning the outfield position. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Dill goes down with the strikeout. 2 down. First strikeout for Christensen here in the ballgame. That brings up Knox Hubbard, the catcher. Another left-handed batter in the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. First pitch swinging. Knox pops this up left field. If it's fair, that's trouble, but it just goes foul down that left field line. In foul territory by about 8 feet or so. 0-1 count for Hubbard. Docs will finish out this tournament without their captain, Jeremiah Robbins. Not here again today. Expect that he'll get a chance to catch up with the skip coming up next week when the Docs get back to action on Wednesday, a road doubleheader at Medford. Coach Tim Sestair down at third base. Coach Jake Whistler at first base, helping guide the team while Coach Robbins is away. Foul ball again for Hubbard. He's got himself an 0-2 count. Christensen out of his windup with runners at second and third. First base open, 2 down. Glove up in front of the face, taking his time on the mound. Christensen now into his windup. The 0-2 delivery. Just misses.
Look good, Ben. Look good.
Good miss, bud.
1-2 count. Hubbard back into the box. Swings and fouls it off to stay alive. Defensive swing there for Knox. Here in the bottom of the first inning, 2 runs in so far for Roseburg against the Rose City Baseball Club out of the Portland area. The 1-2 pitch for Christensen, trying to wrap things up in the first. Takes in the dirt, does Knox Hubbard for a 2-2 count. 62 degrees right now in Eugene. Expecting the clouds to start burning off as the afternoon wears on. Looking at a high of 74 this afternoon. 2-2 delivery from Christensen. Knox swings and misses. He will run down to first. The throw is there to get him. So Knox Hubbard goes down. 2 strikeouts to finish off the frame for Christensen. But the Doc Stewarts will get 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on. Docs ahead 2-0 over Rose City Baseball as we come back for the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Rose City Baseball, number 1, right fielder Drake Gable.
It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Rose City Baseball. Drake Gable will lead things off. Austin Takahashi on the mound, his first start of the season, first appearance on the mound for the Docs. Misses outside to the lefty. Gable will now foul off a pitch to even up the count at 1-1. Doc Stewart's baseball this season here on the score, brought to you by B&D Meats down in Winston. Check them out for something to throw on the grill for your summer grilling season. High and away to Gable, 2 balls and a strike. Gable, the right fielder.
Go, Drake.
Corner outfielders had to do some running in that first inning. It's the Docs bats starting out with a little bit of momentum. High and away for Takahashi. Has a 3-1 count. Ground ball towards shortstop Cade Johnson. Knocked it down. Johnson, quick throw to first. Will not get it there in time. Cade Johnson will commit the first error of the game for the Doc Stewarts. He's had a couple of misplays there at short and ground balls right at him here in the last couple of games. A bit uncharacteristic for the sure-handed shortstop. 1 on with nobody out. Jackson Curdy will bat. Curdy, the second baseman, hits from the left side of the plate as well. High and away from Takahashi for ball 1. The runner at first needs to tie his shoe. Gives us a second to let you know. Today's game also brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing, always available. And we are ready to resume play here as the batter will step in. Curdy with a 1-0 count. Nobody out, a runner at first, a high and away from Takahashi, a 2-0 count. Takahashi, a quick worker usually on the mound, and he continues to do that here in today's game. Doesn't waste a lot of time with just holding the ball out there. Doesn't waste a lot of time in between innings. Gets his warm-up pitches done quickly. He likes to keep the pace moving. 3-0 pitch to the hitter. Does catch the outside corner. And Gertie has a 3-1 count.
Go, buddy.
The 3-1 from Talk. Just outside for ball 4. Second walk issued for Takahashi so far in the ball game. Runners at first and second. And it'll be Anthony Sisa who will get a chance to bat. Now with his return to the team today and his first start of the summer, I'm not sure if he'll be on a tight leash on the mound with a pitch count as the hitter squares to bunt. Zisa takes for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, low and outside to Zisa, the shortstop, batting 8th. The 1-1 pitch, Talk mission his spot outside, and Takahashi with a 2-1 count. The 2-1 missing again. 3 balls and a strike. On the 3-1 pitch, Zisa fouls that one away. Out of play, back towards the football field, which parallels the right field line here at Sweet Johnson Stadium at North Eugene High School. 3-2 pitch. Got him to pop this one up. It's back behind home, coming back our direction. Landing back behind us. Full count for the 8 hitter. Out at second base, Drake Gable, and at first base, Jackson Curdy. Doc's leading 2-0. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Zisa goes down looking. Third strikeout of the game for Austin Takahashi. And he'll get the first out there. That's a big one for the Docs. Now looking for a ground ball out of the 9 hitter for a chance to try and finish off the top of the second here. Gio Alviar. Line out to right field. Dominic Tourn will take it on the 1 hop. They're going to send the runner to the plate. The relay throw will not go to the plate. And it's an RBI single for the 9 hitter. Today, a runner for the catcher.
Number 28, Kurt Mazurowski.
Get the courtesy runner here.
Back to the top of the order. Third baseman, number 15.
Kurt Mazurowski will run at first after the RBI for Alviar. First pitch swinging for Andrew Wong. Into left field. He is out on the fly ball out to Braxton Dill. Shallow left field, 2 away. Runners at first and second. 2 down. 1 run in so far. Case Naon will bat. First pitch, a breaking ball from Takahashi hits the inside corner. Oh, 0-1 count. Naon pops up another one here. This into shallow center field. Calling for it is Carson Dunn, in the vicinity with Sebastian Watson as well. But Dunn, the center fielder, calls for the ball and will get it. That wraps up the top of the second inning. 1 run comes in for Rose City Baseball. On 1 hit, there was 1 error and 2 runners left on. 2-1 our score going to the bottom of the second inning on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Docs Baseball on the Score brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Justin Jenks will lead things off for the Doc Stewarts, the South Umpqua product, transfer from Riddle High School, graduating this spring. His first pitch swinging, he was out in front of that off-speed pitch, fouls it down the third base side for strike one. Not a bad swing there by Jenks, but it just was well out in front of the pitch. Now Christensen on the mound will get him to pop it up. The shortstop calling for it and makes the catch. That is Zisa out there to retire Jenks for the first out here in the second inning. Carson Dunn will bat. Looking around the diamond, Gio Alviar is behind the plate for Rose City Baseball. Alex Nisbet out at first, Jackson Curdy at second, Andrew Wong at third, and Anthony Zisa at short. It's the first pitch, a breaking ball to Carson Dunn. He thought that ball might end up between the shoulder blades. It broke back to the plate, but just misses the inside corner for a 1-0 count. Hits the outside corner on the next pitch, does Christensen. 1-1 pitch coming up. In the outfield from left to right for Rose City, Torrance DeVore, Case Naone, and Drake Gable. Your defensive lineman out there for Rose City. Squaring to bunt, Dunn pulled back, and he will take for ball two. Pitch bounced in and got away from the catcher. They appeal down to first base, and the umpire there says no. Carson Dunn did not leave the bat out as the pitch went by. 2-1 count. The 9-hitter Dunn takes high and away. Carson, our interview guest yesterday, had 2 singles in that game. Went 2 for 4 yesterday. Carson and Sebastian Watson both with 2 hits yesterday as the Docs lost 4-3. Pitch high and away, ball 4. Dunn will draw the walk. First walk issued by Ben Christensen so far today. Top of the order, Cade Johnson will step into bat. Johnson had the first hit of the ball game, which is always brought to you by MSK True Value, making sure you don't swing and miss with your next home project. MSK True Value and Building Supply in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Runner going, strike at the plate, throw to second. In standing up is Carson Dunn. An 0-1 count at the plate for Cade Johnson with a man in scoring position now and 1 away in the bottom of the second. Carson said, yes, I feel like I'm a threat every time I'm on base to try and swipe a bag, as he will be out at second base. A 1-1 count for Cade Johnson. Takes high on the second pitch. Johnson had a single to left field his first time up. With 1 out, the 1-1. Carson Dunn was trying to steal third, but he won't get credit for it as Cade Johnson gets hit by a pitch, and Carson will have to head back to second base. He had a great jump on that pitch. I assume he would have been in safely. But all for naught as Cade Johnson will get on at first with the hit by pitch. First hit batter of the day, Sebastian Watson will stand in. Reached on an error in left field. First pitch to the 2-hitter is in the dirt for ball 1. Watson continues to wear tape on his right hand. I'd heard that he had a thumb injury during the spring season. The 1-0 pitch hits at the corner right around the knees. Cade Johnson, I believe that's the 9th time he's been hit by a pitch this season. Ground ball left side in the hole. The shortstop knocks it down, keeps it on the infield, but that'll be an infield single for Cade Johnson, or excuse me, Sebastian Watson. The bases are loaded with one away for the Doc Stewarts here in the second. Bases loaded. Up to bat, Jace Johnson. Jace, an RBI ground ball to second base last time up. He'll take in the dirt outside for ball 1. Here at Sweet Johnson Stadium, if you haven't caught a previous tournament game, I'll tell you a little bit about the field. 330 down the right field side, 320 down the left field line, 390 to center field. Grass is all natural out there. Home and the mound are artificial turf. It's a 1-0 pitch, one hop. Takes a hop over the second baseman on that natural grass turf. 1 run scores. A second run will come in. First to third for Sebastian Watson. And Jace Johnson having a big day at the plate with a couple of RBI already. That ball took a beneficial hop for the Docs. Hit on the infield grass and then just bounced over the top of Jackson Curdy, the second baseman. There was nothing he could do about it. It looked like a ground ball right at him at first, and a pretty routine play to first base. And unfortunately, the field gave him a different look than what he thought he was going to get. Carson Dunn easily walked home to the plate. Cade Johnson goes second to home to score. Sebastian Watson goes first to third. Docs have runners on the corners with 1 out and a 4-1 lead now in the bottom of the second inning. And we get a visit out to the mound for the Rose City Baseball Club out of the Portland metropolitan area. Kind of seems like a true Portland team up there, although, let's see here. I don't think the information we got on the roster, that didn't have any information listed on what schools these youngsters come from. But checking out their website, which didn't have a roster and more information on the players there, but did have information on the true Portland area, kind of helping out the kids up in that area. Wilshire, I saw something to mention of that. That's my old stomping grounds where I grew up until 8th grade. First pitch swinging to Evan Corbin. He'll be fouled away for strike 1. Played in the Wilshire Little League back when I was a youngster. Grew up through that. Then my family moved out to the suburbs in Gresham. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 2 to Evan Corbin. So I feel like this ball club out of the Rose City Baseball Club, that's my old stomping grounds, I think, there. 0-2 pitch for Evan Corbin with runners at first and third with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Corbin, that pitch outside. Runners are going to break. Heading to the plate. Watson scores in at second base is Jace Johnson. And the Doc Stewarts add another run on the pass ball here in the second. 5-1 our score. Runner out at second base with 1 away. Evan Corbin, a 1-2 count. Corbin 1 for 1 in the game with a single to right field. He will take low and outside, 2-2 count. 3 runs in on 2 hits, a hit batter and a walk so far here in the second. 2-2 to Corbin. Pulls that one foul, leaning out of the way as Coach Sestare down there in the third base coach's box. Evan Corbin with the 2-2 count. Christensen on the mound, delivers. Low and outside, bounces in to Al Villar behind the plate. Christensen staring in. Will try to find a way to get one across here on the full count pitch to Corbin. Out at second base, Jace Johnson. Swing and a miss. Corbin will go down with the strikeout. 2 down.
The right fielder,
Dominic
number 3,
Tourn will
Dominic
bat.
Tourn.
Dom a double to right field his last time up. And they don't shade him too much different after that ball that he pulled to the right field corner. First pitch hits the outside corner for Dom, a 0-1 count. 5 hits in the ballgame so far for Roseburg. Christensen delivers the 0-1, pulled foul, this time past the coach Jake Whistler down in the first base box. 0-2 count. 3 runs in here in the second for Roseburg. 5-1 their lead. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Did hear, I think I was told by one of the other coaches here in the tournament from the Emerald Challengers Club that this Rose City team has some college guys from the Clackamas program up there. The Cougars, a part of the NWAC. Ball fouled away by Dom. Stays with the 0-2 count. This Rose City Baseball Club going 4-1 in this tourney. Their one loss came against the Emerald Challengers. They also beat the Challengers in a game as well. Ooh, a 0-2 pitch just missing at the knees on the inner half. Tourn will have a 1-2 count as he digs back in. From our vantage point behind home, that looked like a pretty good pitch. Tourn, the 1-2, fouled away. A lengthy at-bat here for Dominic Tourn. Got to the 0-2 count quickly, and he's, I think, fouled off about 3 pitches since. I think this will be the 7th pitch of this at-bat, up to 50 pitches already in the game for Christensen. That ball fouled away off the helmet of the catcher. Alviar will get a moment while our home plate umpire will get some fresh baseballs out his direction. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. So Dom in a battle here against Ben Christensen. A 1-2 count. Christensen delivers. Check swing. No, he did get a piece of that one. A 1-2 count remains for Dominic Tourn. Shocked he even got a piece of that ball that was down in the turf. The 1-2 from Christensen. Swing and a miss. And the battle finally won for Christensen after a long series there against Dominic Tourn. He gets him with the strikeout. 4th strikeout in the game for Ben Christensen on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top of the 3rd inning for Rose City Baseball. Number 12, the pitcher, Ben Christensen.
Top of the 3rd inning, Doc Stewart's on top, 5-1. Austin Takahashi in his first start of the summer. A nice little lead to work with here. He misses in the dirt on a breaking ball outside to Ben Christensen, the pitcher for Rose City Baseball. A 2-0 count as Christensen stands back in that right-handed batter's box against the right-handed pitcher, Takahashi. There is a strike. Christensen Struck out looking his first time up against Talk. Another breaking ball. That one hits the outside corner for a 2-2 count. Ground ball towards short. Scooped up by Cade Johnson. And he will fire across to first base. Cade picking that one up right in the palm of his glove. You could see it as he was charging in. That one right in the middle of the glove. Couldn't find the web, but he controlled it one way or the other and came firing across the diamond to get Christensen for the first out. First pitch swinging in the air for Alex Nisbet out to Carson Dunn in center field. And quickly 2 outs for Austin Takahashi and the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts here in the third. Torrance DeVore for Rose City Baseball will step in. The left fielder 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can book your travel plans with their travel experts located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. Ground ball on the first pitch. A nice high hop for Cade Johnson. Plenty of time to fire over to Evan Corbin. And that is a quick 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Docs. For Rose City, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Docs in front 5-1 on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Stewart, number 7, left fielder, Braxton Dill.
Braxton Dill will lead things off for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. 0 for 1 in the game against Ben Christensen, still throwing for the Rose City Baseball Club. Dill trying to square around and bunt. It did offer at the breaking ball, tails away from the right-handed hitter, and he will have an 0-1 count. The 0-1 for Christensen, high and away, a 1-1 count. Welcome everybody that's tuning in to watch today's game, streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship of Doc Stewart's Baseball, streaming online. Braxton Dill, a 2-1 count against Christensen. The righty will hit the outside corner on the 2-1 pitch. Get a chance to get in a legal ID here in just a moment. The 2-2 delivery outside, a full count. Full count. And the pitch in. Fouled away by Braxton Dill. He'll stay alive. We'll get a chance, I think I just said, for that legal ID here in just a moment. The full count. Strike 3. Dill goes down, this time looking. That is the 5th strikeout for Ben Christensen. 1 away.
The batter number 4, the catcher, Knox Hubbard.
And Braxton Dill, a tough start to the day. A couple of strikeouts for him. Knox Hubbard struck out in the first inning as well. He will step in for a second time. That is 3 straight strikeouts for Ben Christensen. Pitch in the dirt for him. He starts off with a 1-0 count against Knox Hubbard. So the winner of this game moves on to play at 4:30 tonight for the tournament championship. Strike in Breaking ball for Christensen, a 1-1 count for Hubbard. Coming up in the next game this afternoon will be the Emerald Challengers and the Post 6 Barbers. So strike at the knees, a 1-2 count. The Barbers went 4-1 in pool play. So did the Challengers. All 4 teams that make the final day go 4-1. All the 4 teams that have a shot at the championship matchup going 4-1. We had the third place game earlier today where the Boys of Summer beat Post 58 for the third place finish. 6-4 the final score there. 2-2 to Knox Hubbard. Takes in the dirt for a full count. The next game will be coming up at approximately 2 o'clock. Now that we've gotten into these championship matchups here, the 2-hour time limit is no longer a thing, so approximately 2 o'clock as the full count pitch comes in and misses low and inside. Ball 4 to Knox Hubbard, the team leader in walks for this Docks baseball club. Hubbard will take the trip down to first, and expected that we were going to get a courtesy runner, and now they are getting it figured out. Justin Jenks has normally been the courtesy runner for the Docks, and it'll now be Daniel Withers.
Number 20, Daniel Withers.
That'll get a chance to run out at first base. I talked with Daniel and Blake Withers before the game. I confirmed. I've had my suspicions. I thought that they were brothers, but I wanted to confirm before I said it on the radio. It was a first pitch strike 1. He popped out to the shortstop his last time up. Daniel and Blake are, in fact, brothers. You've got Cade and Jace Johnson on the team. They are not brothers. They are cousins. So he didn't want to go out there and just start blathering on that Blake and Daniel are brothers, and they weren't, but I confirmed it. Ground ball, or a bunt down the third base side. Took a late hop. It fielded by Wong at third base, but he's unable to kind of settle himself and make the play. That late hop off that infield grass, I think, kind of changed things for him, and he could not get the ball into his hand, get the grip on the baseball to get it fired over to first. So Justin Jenks, an infield single. Docks have runners at first and second with 1 away. Carson Dunn will bat. I wouldn't be surprised. No, not seeing him bunt. Saying I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it, and he did not square around. Dunn takes the strike on the outside corner. Daniel Withers, the younger brother of Blake, as we've just very much established. The 1-0-1 pitch. Daniel Withers is out at second base. You've got Justin Jenks at first, and an 0-2 count for Carson Dunn at the plate. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and missed by Dunn for strike 3. So Ben Christensen fights his way back with a strikeout, his 6th in the ball game. Top of the order, Cade Johnson will bat. Johnson, 1 for 1 in the game, hit by a pitch. His last time up, he has scored twice in this one. Breaking ball inside corner for a strike. But I talked with Daniel before the game. This was the whole reason I brought up all that stuff, and said, seems like you're sticking around for a lot longer this summer than he probably expected. Is a foul ball, strike 2. Got called up from Pepsi early on, and I told him you've been in the lineup every day, so might as well make the most of it. And, of course, today he's getting a day off as they have Evan Corbin starting at first. The 0-2, Johnson fouls it down the third base side. He'll stay at the plate with the 0-2 count. Ben Christensen trying to keep the Docks off the board here in the third. They've scored in each of the first 2 innings so far. Cade Johnson will pop one up into center field. Charging in, Case Naone will make the catch. And Rose City Baseball will keep the Dock Stewarts off the board in the bottom of the third inning. There were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on. We will go to the bottom, or make that the top of the 4th inning. Docks lead 5-1 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churs for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Baseball, number 1, right fielder, Drake Gable.
5-1 lead for the Doc Stewarts as we start the fourth. First pitch swinging on the pitch by Austin Takahashi. Drake Gable, the right fielder, will ground out to first baseman Evan Corbin, who takes it to the bag himself, one away as we start out the fourth inning. I think I kept saying we were going to do a legal ID. I don't think we got one in. Brenton back in the studio, you can let me know. Did we get a legal ID in? I don't remember. So, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll try to get one in here just because it's well past the deadline, but why not? First pitch, strike one to Jackson Curdy. With one out, nobody on. The second baseman pitch bounces in for ball one. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc's Baseball on the Score. Jackson Curdy with a foul ball on the 1-1 pitch to give him a 1-2 count against Austin Takahashi into his fourth inning of work. Ground ball towards second base. Sebastian Watson at his ankles picks that one off the turf and fires over to Corbin for the out. And there are two down for Rose City Baseball. Brings up the shortstop, Anthony Zisa, who will bat. Zisa, a class of 2022 graduate from Grant High School. We can get a little bit more information thanks to some of the families here that found a roster for us with more information on it. And now we've got some more talking points for you here. 1-0 count to Zisa, who struck out looking back in the second. He will take a strike for a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 from Takahashi. And Tak's one of those guys that, as the game goes on, usually starts feeling a little bit more confident, a little stronger as the game goes on the mound. So usually the later these things go, Tak just keeps typically getting stronger. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Zisa will stay at the plate. The 2-2. Off speed, stays elevated. Count will go full. The Post 6 Barbers from West Side Portland here in the building now. Is a ground ball, backhanded, deep in the hole. Johnson over to Corbin from across the diamond. He makes the out. Doc Stewart's will get another clean frame here in the fourth as the defense backs up Takahashi. And he gets a 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Rose City Baseball. They trail 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
And I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Doc Stewart's leading by 4. It'll be Watson, Johnson, and Corbin, your 3 hitters due up. Sebastian Watson is 1 for 2 in this game. Had a single his last time up. Takes a pitch on a breaking ball inside for ball 1. Reached on a 3-base error in the first inning. Takes a breaking ball low for a 2-0 count.
Here we go, Ben. All right, Ben, keep working, bud. You got this.
Still on the mound, Ben Christensen. He's been a strikeout machine, but he's given up a few base hits in there as well as a ground ball foul to Coach Sestair down the third base side. Docs with 6 hits in the ball game. So another pitch bounces in. 3-1 count for Watson. The 3-1 pitch, ball 4. And that will be the third walk issued by Ben Christensen as leadoff man gets on base for the Doc Stewarts for a second time in the ball game. 1 on, nobody out. Jace Johnson batting. He is 1 for 2 today with 3 RBI. He will take a strike on the outside corner. Ground ball, or excuse me, line drive shot goes by the umpire into center field, making a stab at it. Jackson Curdy, the second baseman, had to try to see around the umpire as well as try to play that ball that got on him quick out there, and that's another base hit for Jace Johnson. He's got 2 in the ball game and has started to look really good at the plate as of late. Scrapping a bit to start out the season, but his bat's coming around. He's got 2 hits. Docs have runners on the corners as Watson goes first to third. Evan Corbin will bat. 1 for 2 today. Struck out last time he was up. An RBI opportunity as the Docs lead 5-1. First pitch fouled away. The 0-1 inside. 1-1 count for Corbin. The pitch, Evan hit by a pitch on his front arm as he tried to spin out of the way. That ball too far inside. Second hit batter of the game for Ben Christensen. Bases are loaded for the Doc Stewarts with nobody out. A big opportunity here for Dominic Tatone. Christensen, the righty, will wind and fire to the lefty. Dom pops up one to center field. Should be good enough to drive in Sebastian Watson at third. He will take off as the catch is made. Everybody else is tagging and advancing, and the Docs will move everybody up 90 feet and score a run to lead 6-1. Sac fly for Tatone, his first RBI of the game. 1 away. Watson scores from third. Jace Johnson goes to third base from second. Evan Corbin goes first to second. And the Docs with 1 out have 2 runners in scoring position. Braxton Dill will bat. He has struck out twice. He's due here at the plate. First pitch swinging. He pops high and foul. That one going to end up well out of play. Ben Christensen, just a junior this last spring at Grant High School in Portland. Bats left-handed but throws right-handed. No, I was looking at the wrong line there. Pitch in the dirt. Thought that felt wrong. 1-1 count here for Braxton Dill. The infield playing in defensively with just 1 out and runners at second and third. A breaking ball outside for Christensen. The 2-1. Dill pops this one right side. Long run out there for Gable, and it'll be just outside of his reach. At third base, waiting for the catch was Jace Johnson. looking for an opportunity to maybe tag and score, but the ball not caught in foul territory. 2-2 count for Braxton Dill. Overcast skies here in Eugene. Doc Stewart's trying to break this game open. Swing and a miss, and that is the third strikeout for Braxton Dill today. For Christensen, that's 7 strikeouts of Doc's hitters so far today. So that total's been climbing for him. We've had 11 outs so far in the game for the Docs, 7 of them by strikeouts for Ben Christensen. As a strike taken by Knox Hubbard, the lefty. The 0-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. Hubbard struck out back in the first, but drew a walk in the third inning. He's got the 0-2 pitch with 2 outs and runners at second and third. He pops that one left side. It's drifting foul, maybe playable. An attempt by Wong, the third baseman, just could not quite get underneath it. Stays an 0-2 count for Hubbard. Do have an arm warming up in the bullpen for this Rose City club, and the Docs have some action in theirs as well. Said it might be a short lease for Takahashi today, who's been looking pretty good. The 0-2 pitch from Christensen, fouled off again by Hubbard. You've got Max Mansfield out there throwing in the bullpen for Rose City Baseball Club, RCBC. The 0-2 pitch to Knox Hubbard. Outside, and he'll get the at-bat to continue here. Waiting on deck is Justin Jenks. 1 for 2 today for him. Your on-deck hitter, always brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, maybe a garden bed, or even a deck. That's Budget Lumber, always striving to be number one as a ball fouled down the right field side by Knox Hubbard. Got around on that one, stroke it pretty sweetly there, but just too far out in front. Fouls that one away. So you've got Mansfield throwing in the dugout, or in the bullpen for Rose City. That is Parker Burke throwing in the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts right now. 1-2 count. That pitch bounces in. Runner from third breaking to home. Jace Johnson will score standing up, and the Docs add another run on top, 7-1. Be a wild pitch that scores Jace Johnson. Evan Corbin advances the third. And there is, he won't get credit for it, because it was a wild pitch that brought in the run, but credit Knox Hubbard a bit there. With this at-bat, he has been battling and forcing extra pitches out of Ben Christensen. Swing and a miss. Hubbard will not win the battle, but I think give him some credit for that last run that comes in for the Docs here in the fourth. If he does not foul off a number of pitches and force Christensen to throw a little bit more, Docs don't get the wild pitch to score another run. They put 2 runs in on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We will go to the top of the 5th inning. Doc Stewart's leading 7-1 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Start out the top of the fifth with strike one called to Gio Alvalar, the catcher, facing Austin Takahashi for a second time. He'll swing and miss for an 0-2 count. Had an RBI single back in the second to drive in the only run of the game so far for Rose City. A 1-2 count on a pitch inside. Today's ball game is sponsored by Dr. Alanson Randall. If you're looking for a dentist, give them a call. They're accepting new patients. 541-378-6694. The 1-2 pitch grounded towards shortstop. Cade Johnson there. Quick transition, and the throw scooped out of the dirt at first base by Evan Corbin. And the Doc Stewarts will retire the batter to lead things off here in the fifth. That is now 9 straight batters retired for Austin Takahashi. First pitch, strike one to the leadoff man, Andrew Wong. 0 for 2 today. 1-1 count as a pitch misses low. Ground ball to short again. Charging in, the scoop. And a throw over to first base by Johnson, who continues to make up. He had the one error early in the game, and he is looking as if he is making sure he will not do that again here today. That time, doing exactly what they tell you to do. He stayed down on the ball, had the glove in the dirt. You saw it scoop up a bunch of dirt as he brought the ball up and then fires over to first base. 2 away. First pitch, swing and a miss by the two-hitter Case Naone. That ball in the air out to right field, well struck. Going back, Dominic Tatone has a beat on it, and he's underneath it. Third straight 1-2-3 inning for the Docs defensively as Rose City Baseball unable to break through against Takahashi since the early going. Doc Stewarts have been holding them off the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Go to the bottom of the fifth. Docs on top 7-1 on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Looks like we get our first call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Maybe? Yeah, looks like a new man on the mound for the Rose City Baseball Club. Taking over will be the second baseman, Jackson Curdy, for Ben Christensen. Which means we'll have some defensive changes out there as well. Out at second base is going to be Anthony Zisa. Moves over from shortstop. At shortstop, that'll be Christensen moving to short. And we'll see if there's any other changes. How's it going? Karsten is now catching as well? Okay. So we're getting the changes there. So moving back behind the plate. First pitch. Low and outside to Justin Jenks, who will be the first batter against the new pitcher. Karsten Lowe is behind the plate. Jenks will hit a grounder back to the mound. The comebacker, fielded by Curdy, will fire over to first base to get the out. One away, over to Nisbet, the first baseman, to retire Justin Jenks. One away, Carson Dunn will bat as we are here in the bottom of the fifth. Docs lead 7-1. Ben Christensen goes 4 innings for Rose City baseball. And now Jackson Curdy takes over. High and away, ball 1 to Carson Dunn. The pitching changes are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking of switching up your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. He's got over 10 years of insurance experience, and he can make sure that you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Ground ball, third base side. Gets away on the throw to first by Wong. And then out of play, Dunn will end up at second. That was a long throw on a ball right down the line to Andrew Wong at third base. And Carson Dunn gets all the way to second on the throwing error. So man at second base with 1 out for the Docs here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch, strike 1. On the mound, Jackson Curdy. The 0-1 pitch to Cade Johnson. Popped him up, foul back behind home. Jackson Curdy from West Lynn High School, winning the 6A state championship this year. Class of 2023 for Curdy. Will be a senior next year. And he will fire in and hit Cade Johnson. Second time that Cade's been hit in the ball game. Third hit batter for the Docs today. And runners at first and second with 1 out.
Right here, guys.
1 away, runners at first and second. Sebastian Watson hits a soft line drive, second base side, and Zisa, the shortstop, can't make the play. Coming in to score is Carson Dunn. Throw goes to third, gets away. 1 run will score, another run will come in on a throwing error. Johnson scores, heading for third, and the ball comes in and hits off the leg of, I think, the Rose City player, that is Christensen, knocked it down. So all sorts of chaos on the base paths. What ends up happening is Sebastian Watson finishes at third base. Doc Stewart's will score 2 runs. And that is a couple of errors so far here in the 5th inning for Rose City baseball. And that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound for their coaching staff. So Johnson, well, let's start out with Carson Dunn. He reached on the error. He scores on the ball hit by Sebastian Watson from second base. Cade Johnson scored all the way from first. And Sebastian Watson ends up at third. Let's double check here. Not sure if they ruled that a hit or an error for Sebastian Watson. The Docs players down in the dugout doing the game changer, they said an error. I kind of felt a little bit the same. So an error at second base by Zisa. Strike taken for Jace Johnson, who will bat with 1 out and a runner at third. Ball chopped foul, 0-2 count for Jace. Jace will stand back in. The 0-2 pitch coming up. Jace 2 for 3 today. Fouls off that outside pitch to stay alive. All right, I think I got it all figured out after that. So ball popped up out towards right field. Zisa, the second baseman, going out on the outfield grass, will make the catch for the second out. 2 down. Still at third base, Sebastian Watson. Bring up Evan Corbin. So Watson got on with the E4. That allowed Carson Dunn to score. Then the throw back in from the right fielder trying to get Kay Johnson at third got away. And so there's another error on that throw. That allowed Kay Johnson to score and allowed Sebastian Watson to get all the way to third. Ball popped up by Evan Corbin right side. Into the outfield grass. The first baseman calling for it will make the play. Nisbet underneath it to retire the side. So the Doc Stewarts will get 2 runs in on no hits. There were 3 errors and 1 man left on base in the bottom of the 5th. We will go to the top of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's leading 9-1 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Oh, we come back 1 pitch too late. Ben Christensen on the first pitch from Austin Takahashi grounds back to the mound. Takahashi fielding the comebacker for the first out as we start the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's on top, 9-1. At the plate, Alex Nisbet, the first baseman, takes low for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch in for strike 1. The 1-1 from Takahashi is fouled away, strike 2. Docs with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth, and 2 in the 5th for their lead. One hopper right at Sebastian Watson, stays in front of it, fields that one as it bounces up right around eyeball level, and he fires over to first base. That retires Alex Nisbet for the second out.
The batter for Rose City Baseball, number 28, Kirk Mazurowski.
That'll bring up new man at the plate. Taking strike 1 is Mazurowski. He came in as a courtesy runner earlier in the game. Takes low and outside for a 1-1 count. Kirk Mazurowski from Portland Christian, class of 2022. Takes a strike, a 1-2 count. He's headed to George Fox University next year. The 1-2 pitch hits a slow roller third base side, picked up by Justin Jenks. His throw gets away at first base. Sebastian Watson will chase it down. He throws towards second, and in safely will go Mazurowski. So Mazurowski will get on base. He's the first base runner for Rose City Baseball since the 2nd inning. And that snaps a streak of 13 straight batters retired by the Docs. That error, getting Mazurowski out to second base, ends that run. Second error in the ballgame for the Docs is a pitch in the dirt with 2 outs, a 1-1 count for Drake Gable, the right fielder. Talks 1-1 just outside for a 2-1 count. Behind the plate, Knox Hubbard trying to frame that one. 2-1 pitch, and that one gets him. Gable will wear that pitch and will head on down to first. That one got him on his left leg. Got him on the upper thigh, actually right around the back, just below the glutes. Hit batter for Takahashi.
Now batting, number 13, the pitcher.
So for the first time since the second inning, Rose City Baseball will get a couple of runners on base. Takahashi. There is action in the bullpen still for the Docs. Last time we looked, it was Parker Burke out there throwing. He's still out there just staying loose and ready to go. First pitch of the at-bat now for second baseman Jackson Curdy. Actually make him now the pitcher. Takes a strike with runners at first and second. 9-1 lead right now for the Docs. In the dirt, Knox Hubbard sliding to his right will stop that one. Today's game, sponsored by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Off the plate, a roller towards first. That hits the bag, and that'll make it a fair ball. And Evan Corbin picks it up as he stands on the bag for the final out. I'm not sure if Evan knew that was the final out or not, but he I think got lucky that he didn't do anything that would have cost him the out. So Jackson Curdy grounds out to finish off things here in the top of the sixth inning. And we will head to the bottom of the sixth. Docs leading by 8 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here at Sweet Johnson Stadium in Eugene, where your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts hold a 9-1 lead over Rose City Baseball, which has them in line to advance to the championship game coming up tonight at 4:30 here at Sweet Johnson. Dominic Tatone will lead things off against another new man on the mound. It's another call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. And the new man, Max Mansfield, will bean Dominic Tatone. Fourth hit batter of the game for the Docs.
Number 7, left fielder.
Dom will get on base for a second time. He is now 1 for 2 in this game with a double. Braxton Dill is up to bat 0 for 3. He will face the third pitcher of the game for Rose City. Curdy goes just 1 inning for Rose City Baseball. Strike 1 to Braxton Dill. Max Mansfield from Grant High School, class of 2022, right-handed pitcher. Fires in, a pitch swung on and missed. Popped out of the glove for the catcher. Late break to second, but a stolen base for Dominic Tatone. The throw by Lowe behind the plate was high to second and probably a little behind. It's an 0-2 count for Braxton Dill, but a man in scoring position for the Docs. Mansfield's 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Dill lets it go by inside for ball 1. Try and get some of these numbers put together for you on these previous pitchers for Rose City. So 1-2 pitch here for Mansfield. Breaking ball. Ooh, close pitch there. Just misses for a 2-2 count. Today's game has been brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. The 2-2 to Dill, a slow roller third base side, stays in foul territory. 2-2 count. So Christensen pitched the first 4 innings, and he ended up giving up 7 hits, 7 runs. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3, and the tough day at the plate for Braxton Dill continues. He goes down looking. First strikeout for Mansfield, 1 away. Knox Hubbard will bat. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts in this one. Also has a walk. He'll bat with Dominic Tourn out at second base. Docs leading 9-1. First pitch outside for a 1-0 count. Outside again to Knox Hubbard, 2-0 count. So Ben Christensen, the starter for Rose City, will be on the hook for the loss right now unless there's a big comeback coming here for Rose City baseball. 2-0 pitch to Hubbard is outside. Ben Christensen pitches 4 innings, gave up 7 runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and he hit 2 batters. Pitch low, and that is 4 straight pitches to Knox Hubbard, who draws the walk. So first and second for the Docs. Daniel Withers will come on to run for him again at first base.
Daniel Withers, courtesy runner at first base for the Docs.
2 on, 1 away. Justin Jenks at the plate, 1 for 3 today with a bunt single. He swings and fouls off the first pitch from Mansfield.
Third baseman now batting for Roseburg.
Jackson Curdy pitched just the 1 inning before returning back to second defensively. So the 0-1 pitch will go to Curdy. Takes a high hop. He fires to second for 1 out. That's all they'll get. Out at third base. Off the bag is Dominic Tourn. They're going to throw to the plate. Dom will score as the ball got away. I think it ended up hitting the umpire's mask that he had holding as he was waiting for the runner to come home. Dom gets in safely, and the Docs will have a 10-1 lead. Out at second base is Knox Hubbard. Excuse me, that'll be Daniel Withers out at second base, the courtesy runner. So they get 1 out on the ground ball by Justin Jenks. And Carson Dunn at the plate will take the first pitch for strike 1. 2 away, a run in for the Docs on top 10-1 now. Missing outside, 1-1 pitch for Dunn. So Justin Jenks, Jenks is the one out at second base. It was Daniel Withers that was forced out at second. Fly ball out to left field for Carson Dunn will finish off the frame. So 1 runner stranded. That was Justin Jenks at second base. And the Doc Stewarts do add 1 run here in the 6th. 1 run came in on no hits. And 1 runner left on base. No errors in this one. So we will go to the top of the 7th inning. Docs 3 outs away from getting a victory and moving on to the championship game at 4:30 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Top of the 7th inning, Docs 3 outs away from getting a win against Rose City Baseball, and then they'll take on the winner of Eugene, the Emerald Challengers, and the Post 6 Barbers out of the Portland area. That would be the matchup for the Docs if they can hang on here. It'll be Parker Burke out to try and close this one out for the Docs. Austin Takahashi is done. That means another call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Check them out at chrisinsures.com today. 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball for a strike from Parker Burke to Anthony Ziza, the batter. Takes outside. Excuse me, not Ziza. They get a pinch hitter here at the plate. The 1-2 pitch in for strike 3 against Parker Giloli. And he goes down looking for out number 1. And for Parker Burke, his first strikeout.
Number 5, Karsten Lowe.
The pitch here to the new catcher. Misses low and inside for ball 1. Karsten Lowe at the plate. His first at-bat of the day. He will hit a slow roller third base side, cut off by the shortstop. It was a race between Justin Jenks and Cade Johnson, and it's Johnson that takes it. And after an error early in this ball game, Johnson flipped the switch and said, I can't have this anymore, and he has been sharp at short ever since. So that is 2 down, top of the order here. And we will get a new hitter. No. 15, Andrew Wong at the plate. The third baseman. 13. No, 15. 15, Andrew Wong, grounder to first. It is suffocated by the first baseman, Evan Corbin, who takes it to the bag himself. And the Doc Stewarts will win here today. They will go to 15-7 on the season. Doc Stewarts will get the win, and they will move to play in the championship game coming up tonight against the winner of the Challengers and the Barbers. That one will start at 4:30 this evening. Our pregame coverage will start at 4:15. We'll go ahead and take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we will wrap up the game as we go to our post-game show. We will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Today's game been brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Back after the break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Welcome you back here to Sweet Johnson Stadium, where the Doc Stewarts get a win 10-1 over Rose City Baseball. And the Docs will advance on to the championship game coming up this evening at 4:30. For a third time this summer, the Docs will play for a tournament title. They have yet to win one, but they've now made 3 championship games this summer. Docs get the win 10-1. Taking a look at your final numbers. Your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. 1 run on 2 hits, 4 errors for Rose City. 10 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Docs got 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Rose City got 1 run back in the top of the second, but the Docs would score 3 in the bottom of the second to lead 5-1. They added 2 more in the fourth for a 7-1 lead, and then added 2 more in the fifth for a 9-1 lead, and then tacked on their final run in the bottom of the sixth with 1 run there for the 10-1 advantage. Shop local, shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. So the Doc Stewarts get the win. Austin Takahashi picks up his first victory of the season. He improves to 1-0 on the year in his first start of the year, his first appearance on the mound, and his first game in a couple of weeks after being on the injured list. Ben Christensen takes the loss. He started in this game for Rose City, went 4 innings, and will take the L here today. We'll take a look at more of the numbers and name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game coming up here in the post-game show. Today's game has been brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. We'll take a look at the numbers and name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game when we come back after a 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, Get 16 mini churs for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here for the rest of our post-game show as we wrap things up. Docs get the 10-1 win over Rose City. They'll advance to take on the winner of the Challengers and the Barbers tonight at 4:30. Today's game has been brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions. From theater and automotive audio, you can feel it at Good Vibes. Also want to say thanks to Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, a garden, or even a deck, that's Budget Lumber. Always striving to be lumber one. Well, the Doc Stewarts get the lead early, hang on all the way through as Austin Takahashi throws a gem in his first start of the season. Tak gave up a hit in the first, a hit in the second, and that was all he'd give up through his 6 innings of work. Gave up 1 unearned run in the second inning. The runner, Drake Gable, got on with an error and then eventually came around to score on just the second hit allowed by Takahashi. He pitches 6 innings, gave up 1 run. It was unearned on 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batter for Tak. Picks up the win for his first of the season. Parker Burke came on in relief in the 7th inning. He pitched 1 inning, gave up no runs, no hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Did not factor into the decision as that was not a save situation. On the other side, taking the loss will be Ben Christensen. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. He takes the loss. Jackson Curdy and Max Mansfield each pitched an inning in relief without giving up a hit, but they gave up a total of 3 unearned runs. In the game, 4 errors in this one for Rose City Baseball. They did not play a clean game out there. That allowed the Docs to score quite a few runs. Taking a look at the offensive numbers for Rose City, there are 2 hits in the ball game. One was Case Naon, who had a ground ball single through the left side, left stranded at second base. And then also Gio Alvalar, the catcher, had the RBI single in the second inning, driving a run in on a single to right field. Those are the 2 hits of the game for Rose City Baseball. On the other side, Docs with 7 hits in this one. They scored 10 runs. They, besides the one game yesterday where they scored just 3 runs in that one, every other run game, they had, I guess, in 5 of their 6 games now played in this tournament, they have averaged 10 runs in those. So I think 6 games they've scored 53 runs now, if I'm doing the math in my head correctly. So a lot of offense today, a lot of runs. Cade Johnson gets 1 for 2 today, scored 3 times. Sebastian Watson 1 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Chase Johnson 2 for 4 with a run scored and 3 RBI. He had 2 singles. Evan Corbin goes 1 for 3 with a single, also hit by a pitch. Dominic Tatone was 1 for 2 with a double, also had a sac fly and was hit by a pitch, scored a run. Knox Hubbard got on base twice with a walk, ended up 0 for 2. Justin Jenks goes 1 for 4 with a bunt single. And Carson Dunn scored twice, got on with a walk and also on an error, but he was 0 for 3 in the ballgame. So that's a look at the numbers for you here today as the Doc Stewarts win 10-1. They improve to 15-7 on the season. They have now won 5 games in this tournament. They are 5-1 in tournament play here in Eugene. As for Rose City Baseball Club, they will fall to 4-2 on the season. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for today. Mountain Mike's donating a $25 gift certificate to one player from the Doc Stewarts each game throughout the season. And today it'll be Austin Takahashi, your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. In his first start and his first game back after injury, Takahashi goes 6 innings, gives up just 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. Takahashi is your player of the game today for the Doc Stewarts. All right, now we wait to find out what's coming up next for the Docs. They'll be playing at 4:30. That much we know, and at least tentatively scheduled for 4:30, as long as the game before ours goes on time. But the Docs set to play at 4:30 against the winner of the Challengers and the Barbers. And those two teams both going 4-1 in the tournament. The Docs had a win over the Barbers earlier in the tourney. They have not faced the Emerald Challengers so far this season. We'll see how that one shapes up, but we'll have the game for you, a championship game here in the Papa's Pizza Tournament. We'll have it for you here on The Score, coming up with pregame at 4:15 tentatively this afternoon. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for our first game of the day. I want to say thanks to the Emerald Challengers for hosting the Papa's Pizza Invitational. Thanks to Rose City Baseball Club for a quality baseball game here today. I want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production. Thanks, as always, to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the entire American Legion baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll catch up with you in just about 3 hours from now when the Doc Stewarts take on the winner of the Challengers and the Barbers. We'll have that action for you starting at 4:15 right here on 541radio.com, where you can watch the game for free thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe, and on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.